Hello, I'm Thomas, a member of the support team over here at ISPolitical, and today we will be going over accounting. I'm going to start with this accounting menu here. I'm going to click Add Transaction, and this is where I can go to manually add transactions. So on this page, we've got the type box. That's going to show me all of the available transaction types. There's a bunch here. I'm going to focus mostly on expenses and monetary contributions because those are going to be the two most common. So if I click expense, there's a little visual indicator here. The screen turns red just to show money going out of the bank account. And if I change that to monetary contribution, of course, that is going to turn green. So we got a bunch of fields here. We're kind of just going to go over them one by one. Not all of them are required, as you can see. So the ones with the little red asterisk on them, those are going to be our required fields. We have type, monetary contribution. We've got number. If this was a check, I could put the check number here. I'm just going to leave that blank for now. Date is going to be whenever I got the money. So we'll say I got it on October 31st. Entity is going to be whoever gave me the money. So cool part about this data entry is that if the person isn't in the system yet, I can just search them. Let's do Bob Sanders. And since he's not in the database, the system gives me the option to add him. So I'm going to hit add new individual, Bob Sanders, occupation, teacher at the University of Denver, and then whatever other information that I've got here I can fill out. But I'm just going to do that for now. And I can hit add individual. And so once you have an entity selected here, their record is going to pop up here on the right. It kind of just a way to make your data entry as easy as possible. Maybe you select someone as the entity and you notice that we don't have their phone number or their email. You can just go ahead and add it right here as you go. You don't have to navigate away and then come back. Next up, we've got method, not a required field, but you can indicate whether it was a cash, check, debit, whatever it was. You can indicate that here. So I'll just do check for fun. And then the amount, I'll do $300. The account is going to be either your checking account, which I have labeled testing here, or you can do undeposited. So undeposited allows you to create batch deposits within our system, basically to make your ISP data match your bank statement. So if you got a bunch of checks today, but you don't deposit them until tomorrow, you can indicate that in ISP, and I can show you how that works too. So I'm going to add this to undeposited. We have election, general 2024. I only have one election. I can add another one here if I want, but I don't need to. I'll just do general 2024. And then we've got the compliance note field and the internal note field. So these are similar. Main difference here is that the compliance note is going to show on the compliance report. So if you have a particular transaction that you want to add a little bit of additional context to, we do recommend putting in a compliance note on every expense, basically to prevent any questions from your agency. Um, so that can go here. And then we have the internal note field, which will not show on compliance reports. That's just for you and your internal team. If you need to attach whatever kind of message to a particular transaction, you can use this field here. And then sandwiched in between these, we've got the budget category field. Each account comes with all of these default budget categories. They cover just about every purpose that we could think of, at least. You know, you've got office supplies, rent, software, campaign, fundraising, contributions, things like that. And so you can use one of those, or you can always add new ones as well. And people add all kinds of crazy budget categories, so you are more than welcome to do that. Budget categories do not affect compliance reporting at all. They are just for you and your team's budgeting purposes. Okay, and then so I'm going to fill this out here. Let's see. We'll just do online, and I'm going to hit save. So if I need to add another contribution, I can hit save and new. And then it will keep me here. And I'm going to add another contribution from Sally Porter. Random name, add new individual. And then I will add her. And I'm going to do the same thing, except she's going to have a $500 check into undeposited. And I'm going to hit save and close. And when I hit save and close, it's going to take me to the undeposited section. So let's go there. So this takes me to the record deposit screen, and I can also get there by going here, record deposit. So as you can see here, these are the two donations that I just added, and they are both sitting here waiting to be deposited. So they both have a date of October 31st. But let's say I had some sort of fundraising event on October 31st, and I didn't deposit these checks until the following day. What I can do is I can select both of them, and then I can hit record. and then I can hit record deposit. Well, first I need to change my deposit date, sorry. So we'll change that to November 1st. I can give it deposit number, deposit name. That's optional. You don't have to do those. But I will do YouTube testing for my deposit name. Then I'll hit record and record deposit. And that is going to deposit that transaction onto my register. So now if I go to the accounting register option here, you should see a deposit batch here. So deposit number one, and then I gave it a name, YouTube testing. And it's got a date of November 1st, 2024 for a total of $800. And if I click on that, it's going to show me the $300 from Bob and the $500 from Sally. Important to note too that there are little quick links. Like on the record deposit screen, there's a little quick link over to the register. Same goes for on the register, you can get a quick link over to undeposited and to the balances section. So the balances section, that's where your debts are going to go. If you have any outstanding loans, accrued expenses, things like that, those will show here. Next up, we've got the reconcile bank statement tool. So this is a tool that we recommend using once a month. Basically, you are comparing your bank statement to your ISP data. So you select your closing date, your starting balance, your ending balance, and then you hit generate. And our system will generate any outstanding transactions that have not been reconciled yet, and then you're just checking those off one by one. So you've got your ISP data in one hand, and you've got your bank statement in the other hand, and you're just reconciling. You're making sure everything matches up. And we recommend doing this once a month because if not, it can, when it gets down to compliance report generating time, your data, it'll save you a lot of headaches because your data will be all in order. So next up, we've got recurring transactions. So this is just a cool little time saver tool where you can go here. If you know you have the same transaction on the same day every month, you can come here and you can add it. That way our system will add it automatically. You don't have to remember to do it. So the example I like to give is we'll do an expense, a monthly expense starting on, we'll do the following month. So we'll do December 1st, recurring until canceled, and the entity is going to be ISPolitical. So let's say you're paying us $100 a month. You can come in here and you can add a $100 expense to come out or to be added to the system automatically by our system. So let's see, I think we have one called software here. Yeah, administrative software from my budget category. And then I'm going to hit add recurring transaction. So that will now be added starting December 1st, and then it'll be January 1st, February 1st, and so on.